Ron Paul just making his announcement, getting early support, even though this is another run for the White House, by the way. Now, I got to say that Ron Paul is a straight shooter, and that has made him particularly popular amongst some sections of the voting public. Pollster Frank Luntz is joining me now on other straight shooters. Here's my premise, Frank. Donald Trump is a straight shooter and attracts a lot of support because he goes straight at the issues. You know exactly what the man is saying. Ron Paul is somewhat similar. Goes straight at it. You know what the man's saying.
Ron Paul is a straight shooter. Donald Trump is not.
Okay. But you know where I'm coming from. They hit the issues head on. Right. You know what they're saying, okay? Now, which other Republicans would you say fall into that camp?
Well, I'll start with Ron Paul because at a time when the American people are so angry with government, so frustrated with Washington, he is the most anti-Washington of any of the candidates running. If there ever was a mood and a time that connected to Paul, this is it. The question is whether he can expand beyond what he's done in 2008. I think he will. And I'm going to mention Trump because I've seen his attacks on Mitt Romney, and we'll talk about him in a second. The issue with Trump is that we want people who say what they mean and mean what they say, who look us straight in the eye.
Yes.
And we want people who live what they preach. How many bankruptcies before you start to wonder? Don't dismiss it. How many bankruptcies? How many reorganizations? How many people got hurt? And I'll tell you something. I don't think Trump's got the guts to run, and I'm going to do this on this show.
Okay. Oh, look.
10,000 bucks. If Donald Trump is really running, I'll make him a bet right now, and I know I'm going to get a call from upstairs. 10,000 bucks says he doesn't run.
Okay.
You're being watched by 1.5 million people. Mr. Trump, you're not running. You're playing a game. These are very serious times. The American people are hurting. They cannot afford their gas. They cannot afford their food. They're seeing inflation that's starting up. They can't afford their mortgages. We got people in Washington, serious people like Paul Ryan. We got people in the states, serious people like Governor Chris Christie, actually out there trying to do their jobs, and Trump is playing games.
Okay.
10,000 bucks says he doesn't run.
I got it. But you will.
Do you want to take me up on that bet?
No, I'm not going to take
let him do it.
I'm not a gambling kind of guy. But look, you understand where I'm coming from.
Yes.
That Donald Trump has a certain degree of support because he looks you in the eye and goes straight at it. Now, you may completely disagree with this.
He's a game show host.
Okay. But he does that. And that's why he's got some support. Same with Ron Paul. What is it about politicians that so few can be straight shooters, look you in the eye and tell it plain and simple how they think it is?
I'll give you
four people. About politics?
I'll give you 4 people. The first is Paul Ryan, the congressman from Wisconsin, who has said publicly that he won't run. Right. Paul Ryan knows the details of the budget better than the President of the United States, probably better than the Secretary of the Treasury. He can answer any question, and he's got a vision for the future. Okay. Chris Christie, the governor of New Jersey. Okay. Straight shooter.
Definitely.
And he's tough, and he'll take on hecklers.
He's not running.
We want people, and I hope that these 2 people will reconsider, not for partisan purposes, but for the American people, and 2 others. Mitt Romney also is a straight shooter, particularly on issues of the economy, and he's got a record of success, a record of accomplishment, which is why finance people back him. And I'm going to give one other one, which is Newt Gingrich. Gingrich knows more about the issues, knows more about the substance, not the language. And sometimes he gets himself into trouble with his language, but the substance of policy. That's what we ask from America to you.
All right.
People who know the issues, not people who run game shows on networks.
Gambling man Frank Luntz with us today. Thanks very much, Frank.
Pleasure.
Interesting stuff.